introduce Green Bay Fear for us?
Green Bay Fear. It was so good. It was so fun. It was scary. It was better than last year. This is the third year that I've gone to Green Bay Fear, and it's still one that I look forward to every year. It's great.
What's up, everyone? I'm Justin with Is It Scary Wisconsin, joined here tonight by Jenna and my best friend Gage. It's time for, as she said, Green Bay Fear. Now, I know a lot of the haunters down there watch our reviews for Green Bay Fear. Before we get into things, I just want to throw this out there. We're not the health inspectors, okay? We're not the fire inspectors. We're not the safety inspectors. Don't ever panic when you see us. We're there to have a good time, all right? We always want to have a good time. You guys always have a really positive, really safe, really exciting environment. We love that. But just a generalization to all haunts that watch our videos, and I'm going to probably be saying this in most videos from here on out, we are not the health inspector. All right, when my health inspector walks in, I don't really worry because I don't do dumb shit. But we're not the health inspector, so don't freak out when you see us. It's cool. Everything's okay. 3 out of 10. Close the haunt. That's it. I have nothing else to say. Screw this place.
I'll hit stop recording.
Yeah, stop recording. It's a trash haunt. We're not going to this garbage anymore. Anyway, all joking aside, let's talk about it. Green Bay Fear, put on by the Bezier Shriners in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now, Gage, bro, you and I have been there so many times. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I say so many times, I mean like...
We can pick and choose what was the same from the other years.
I'm pretty sure you and I have a higher attendance at Green Bay Fear than almost anybody. So, that being said, this year...
almost a decade now, I think.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. This year, we had heard whispers that they were kind of revamping, in ways, some of their attractions. And... of course, one of the things we heard about is that they kind of amped up the funhouse. They amped up the trail. And so I was thinking to myself going into this, okay, how much of this is bullshit? How much of this is true? You know, because I can put out a million promos that say, come and get scared at Green Bay Fear. But if I don't deliver, it's still just the same shit with a new coat of paint. I thoroughly enjoyed my time at Green Bay Fear this year. I maintain the Funhouse is one of the most unique things that they offer, or that almost any haunt in the area offers. And the reason I say this is because they find a way to, first of all, scare the shit out of you in there. It's Jump Scare City. They should just call it Jump Scare City, Mr. Jingle's Funhouse. And what they do is those guys know it so well. They are in and out of that fog. And it's just like, it'd be like you and I walking down an open hallway. That's how easy it is for us. That's how easy it seems to be for the actors in there. I mean, these guys know their stuff. They're trained, they're on the ball, and they're so active. I know I'm kind of bogarting this review. I'm really sorry.
I don't even know what that means, so continue.
Anyway, it has a feeling like every year when you go in there, you know it's going to be crazy, you know it's going to be energetic, and you know they're going to come at you from literally everywhere. And when I went through the Funhouse this year, of course, you know, my main goal when we go now is, okay, how does Jenna, who I would consider to be a normal haunt goer, react to this? And, of course, you know, I'm watching you, and I'm listening to you, and I'm watching how they interact with you. I mean, if they jump out and scare me, okay, good, you know, good job, guys. But mainly, I'm kind of watching you, and I'm listening for your cues of how you're reacting. I was really impressed with the way the actors worked you two as a pair. Because you guys are like the typical haunt-going couple, right? Big, tough guy, I'm not afraid of shit, I was in the military.
Right, totally.
And then... Miss, I'm scared, I want to go home, wait in line for 3 hours, and then go back to the car. Some of you will get the reference, some of you won't. But you guys are the typical haunt-going couple. And I loved the way the actors worked you two from start to finish. It was so good. It was so good. The Funhouse this year was like a 9-5 out of 10. The only thing that kept the Funhouse from being like a 10 would probably be one huge holy shit scare that I didn't expect. That's what I'm waiting for in there. So, I love the Funhouse. It was fantastic. Gage and Jenna, go!
Shameless plug, really quick. We got merch down here. I love it. We got this. So, I had to
There's going to
show
be
it
every
up.
video.
We actually bought. Some people bought some merch, and I was surprised.
Let's go!
Yeah! All right. I had to throw it in there. Mr. Jingle's Funhouse, as you already stated, it's a jump scare central. It gets you left, right, up, and down. Like, they're everywhere, and they're crazy. Julius and his guy there, they do a great job, and it's always a 10 out of 10 experience there when it goes through scares.
What did you think? Both of you can give your answers on this. What did you guys think about the amped up fog in there this year? Because it felt more than usual.
Yeah.
It was definitely amped up to like 20.
Yeah. There's like one point, I forget what room it was, where I'm like, holy shit, just for safety, like this is a lot. Which is not a bad thing, that's okay.
Here's the only kind of haunt that I would say, if they kept the same layout, that I don't feel like it's going to get old.
Because they can hit you from so many different directions.
They definitely can.
They can literally sneak behind you and scare you from the back.
I don't think they changed anything in that Funhouse for the last like 3 or 4 years, and that's okay because
I beg to differ, but okay.
I bet they did a few things. If anything, it's just the fog. Really, you can't tell for most of it, which is why it's incredible.
I would say Mr. Jingle's Funhouse, aka Jump Scare Central. I would say that Mr. Jingle's Funhouse is the king of misdirection. Mm-hmm. My own personal opinion. Jenna, what do you think about the Funhouse?
It was so fun.
And we're gonna move on. She's done now. Okay.
Yep, that's all we need. We don't need.
We don't care what Jenna thinks. Stop talking.
We don't need a 30-minute video.
Yeah, stop talking. We don't care what you think. I'm just kidding. Mr. Jingle's Funhouse. Tell us. We want to know.
It's still so fun. I look forward to it every year. I love that it's first because it really gets me amped up for the whole entire thing. I love all the colors and atmosphere, and I don't want to say too much to give it all away, but it makes me just so happy.
Does that not set a great pace for the rest of the haunt?
Yes.
Fist bump, girl. Boom. Guys, let's talk about... Now, you and I have a long history of talking about haunted trails on this channel. Mm-hmm. Any haunt that watches this channel knows I love my walks through the woods. I grew up walking through the woods. I'm afraid of the dark. I grew up having nightmares of this kind of stuff. And I love these walks on these trails where the actors get you. Point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I love it. So you and I have a long history of saying we need a better trail at Green Bay Fear. We need a better trail at Terror on the Fox. We need a better trail here. We need a better trail there. This year, hands down, the performance on the trail is the best they've ever given. No question. No doubt. I don't even have to think twice about it. Their trail experience this year with the actors they had, the way they worked their corners, they had really cool character themes, and it went from section A to B to C to the graveyard to the way out right to the house, and the way it was themed throughout that whole trail was so well done. I think there was maybe only 1 or 2 actors, and there were quite a few that stuck with us and kept hitting us. I think there was maybe only 1 or 2 moments on that trail in like the 10 minutes or 10 plus minute walk through it, where I would have said that was only an okay attempt to scare. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, these guys were on point. Green Bay Fear, I was told that they were trying to make it more scary this year. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to the haunted trail, they delivered. I am pleased to bestow a 10 on their trail this year. Gage, haunted trail.
That trail, it seems like every year they're adding new things to it. And to this year, they not just add things to it. They crank that up to like 30, I would say. Like the whole like entrance into it, they changed the gate. They added a lot more. I don't want to go ahead and spoil. But
how about that starting walk up?
That starting walk up,
very first like
was
20
incredible.
Yards.
Exactly right.
Better than it's ever been.
Right, and the actors too. They played their corners well there. And they know how to traverse that very well. You would think, oh, this guy scared me at the beginning of this trail. Nope, he's at the other side of this little compound here, ready to get you.
Can I make a comment about that?
Go for
it. You know what that says to me? That, first of all, obviously, if you're going to a haunted attraction, you know it's scare actors, you know it's all put on, right? Or it's supposed to be. But what that does is that stays in the theme of maybe these people are all actually dead. Because it feels like they belong there. Because they do it so well. And they get over those barricades and those things, like almost like it's their natural home environment. Even if you have to be willing to suspend disbelief. It's like watching a good fantasy movie, right? You have to believe, hey, these people are actually dead. They actually live on this trail, and the way they traverse it and the way they interact with it, it feels so natural. You almost for a second believe, holy shit, these people are actually dead, and it's something that they do so well on that trail. I was really impressed. I liked it.
The way they also played into it, because it's always something new going through the... I want to say always something new, but it's like a new theme, as you said.
It felt
new
like
theme.
it.
Yes.
They
had a lot of new stuff.
They had so much work done on the trail. They had so many new structures.
They did.
Right? Yeah, you can only do the same zigzag so many times. You're going to see similar stuff out there. I mean, I don't expect them to come and rip those buildings out and put a new one in every year. But I do expect that they have something to engage me, something exciting to engage me that I haven't seen before. And it felt like they really delivered that this year.
And like you said, keeping to themes, moving on. Like we had like a pumpkin patch area to like Alice in Wonderland to graveyards, and then like as we're building up to all these different themes, you come down a path and you just see the house right in front of you.
It's a
like
great setup.
It's a great setup getting right to the house.
It's like okay, so like you remember all those good like horror TV shows, right? Where it's like, oh, first you go through the funhouse, and oh, they barely escape the funhouse without catching a knife in the eye or something. And then now they're on the haunted trail and they're walking, they're getting chased by cannibals, and then in the distance, head for that house. They see the house in the distance, and then it's like Hell House or whatever the shit is. So I think the whole thing, like the funhouse to the trail to the house, it's a good pacing and it's a good way to organize it. And I like that it's no longer a choice. We're giving you a directed journey, funhouse, jump scares, walk through the woods, a little more atmosphere, and now there it is, the house in the distance, the big main event. But before we go to that, Jenna, trail, lay it on us, girl.
I like that they have the music in the trail. Just keeps with the whole atmosphere and the different lights. I like the trail.
Let's say that music wasn't too loud too. It wasn't like
I
it
don't.
wasn't drowning.
There
out
does
scares.
need to be some atmosphere, right?
Yep.
Because if you just have like blasting and blaring in your speakers, I can't hear your actors.
Right.
I can't understand what's going on. I'm like
stimulus overload.
Yeah, it's like sensory overload. You're ruining the experience for me. We don't want that.
That was nice though.
Yeah, it was nice. What did you think about the different themes? What do you think about the way the actors worked in general? Because they really followed you hard. They came after you through the whole event.
I know. And I'm always looking because you never know what one is real, what one is fake.
There was a lot of moments where I was like, is that a mannequin or is that a real actor?
A lot of good misdirection.
You're waiting for it to pop out of you, but it doesn't, and then from the way you're not looking, it's like, oh my gosh, like something's there.
Yeah. There was actually multiple points on the trail where I literally stopped and I looked at this. Well, I'm going to assume it was a character the whole time. And I'm like, bro, are you a mannequin or are you a freaking actor? Like, what are you? Because, like, we come around a corner, they'd be standing there. We come around the next corner, they'd be standing there. Come around the next corner, they'd be standing there. And they followed us through the entire event. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Weeping Angels from Doctor Who. When you don't look at them, they move. It's very, very good. I liked it a lot. Jenna, anything else to say about the trail?
Good work.
Did you enjoy it?
100%, yeah.
Cool. Would you go again?
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
Are we going again?
Let's we have quite a few open Fridays. Let's talk about the house. Oh dear. Go ahead, Gage.
Yeah. So the house. Let's
Don't
start with the
say
good things.
so the house and then you pause. sucks. Don't do that.
I'm not.
Please don't do that.
No, the house. Let's start with the good things. It's always, it looks great. All the interior looks great. And they did change up some rooms too, which I'm glad to see. They had some new rooms, and they had a TV screen too. I don't know if we were supposed to watch it. I was waiting for one of our reviews to come up and jump scare us. That would be freaking hilarious.
They just crank the volume.
Is this scary? What's going on? But I'm just saying, like, they did change up a lot of rooms and stuff like that. I'm glad to see. I did, like, harp on them, what was it, last year? I was like, hey, this house, it needs to change up a little bit. And there's still some changes that need to be made. I think so. If possible, I'd like to see it. But, you know, there's some rooms, and there's some iconic rooms. Let's say, like, the hallways, the particular jump scare. I don't want to get into detail for spoiler reasons.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's an iconic room. We got some iconic ones, like the intro, as well as some of the living rooms. But let's go ahead and say, though, they had that intro, and they expanded upon the intro by going into this living room area.
Yeah.
And we had this gal here explaining a lot of things and keeping the theme saying, making us say Hail Charles while we have someone in the hallway. They did so great.
I feel like the storytelling at Green Bay Fair this year, I'll say this, because I'm going to harp on the house a little bit. But I will say this. The storytelling in the house was better than it's ever been and more consistent than it's ever been.
Definitely. So I think that the storytelling, because, you know, when you always walk in that living room and you're like, oh, all right, yep, just loop around. Someone's going to stare at me and, you know, whatever.
And this year
they actually added to it.
Yeah, they actually.
With an actor.
Yeah, it was very, 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 very good. Jenna, what did you think about the house? Okay, let's move on.
I just want to add, though, the only thing I think they should start changing up a little bit is with the outside. It's such...
I'll touch on it.
Is there some city rules that I just don't know about?
I don't know, nor do I care.
All right, gotcha. All I'm saying is that when we go through the house, it's a great first start through the house, especially when you go through this dark corridor and stuff like that. It's so cool. Then you get to this outside and you're like, all right, we're on this roller coaster. We're already kind of coasting.
So yeah, your roller coaster, right? Your roller coaster with the different parts of the haunt is it's like, you know those things where you're like that puck 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 puck. That's the fun house, and puck 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 puck. That's the trail, and then the house is supposed to be the holy shit, right? Except the house just kind of this year felt like puck 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 puck. You know, it didn't have that big snap. I'll touch on it more in a minute.
Okay.
Jenna, the house. Lay it on us, girl.
I still got scared.
Well, that's okay.
That's good.
Hey,
We've gone there so many times.
You're the typical
I
haunt
know.
goer. You should get scared. You should be enjoying it. Tell us what you thought.
It's still really pretty just to see all the work that goes into it for all the rooms, like the living room. I like what they added in it.
I remember when I used to go through Green Bay Fair, just touching on what you just said, and I used to say, God, I wish their house was more like Tara on the Fox's house. Not that I ever thought I'd say that about any haunt, but I wish their house would be more like Tara on the Fox's house, more beautiful, more holy crap. There's a lot of great things here. The last couple of years I've been going through there, I've been feeling that way about about Green Bay Fair's house. Like they've really upped the production value.
Exactly.
Of the house.
They, just grandeur, like giant rooms with different aesthetics.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think about the way the actors told the story? What did you think about the way, Hail Charles, that you had to interact with them? What was your kind of overall thoughts on that stuff?
That was different. It was.
Yeah,
so
you're right. It was different. We haven't had that very much lately.
Then you're immersed in the story too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, I feel like the house was more story heavy than anything this year. Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy the house as a whole?
Yeah.
Did you feel at times that it was a little weak?
Yeah. I also know that there was a real good scare that got me towards the end. You know who you are.
Yeah. About the halfway point.
Yeah.
We knew it would get you. We put you in front for that on purpose.
Thanks.
We do, yeah. We do that on purpose. That's why we usually put you in the middle. But for that one, you got to be in front.
Yeah.
Okay. I know right now everybody's like sitting there like leaning forward like, what's he going to say about
They're
our
not.
house? I'll kill him. I'll kill him. I'll find him. I'll hide in his closet and I'll kill him.
I guarantee you they're making food right now and they're just eating.
It's like, yeah, okay. Get your
All right.
stupid
Come on,
review
dude.
over.
Let's
give
go.
me my 8 out of 10 and get the f*** out of here. You know. But anyway, the house at Green Bay Fair this year was weak. It was good. Like, the storytelling was good, right? The actors, great performances. But the overall house itself leaves something to be desired. I only want it to be like Terror on the Fox's house in production value, not in lack of scares. Okay?
Didn't we just get done harping about the production value of that?
Like I said, I want it to be like that in production value, but not in lack of scares.
Okay.
So, the storytelling was excellent. The actors were very energetic and very into what they were doing, right? Even the one guy in the grinder room, which I thought was great.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite rooms.
Was like talking to each of the different victims. Yeah. Very well done, right? The house itself, because you had scary jump scares in the funhouse. Mm-hmm. You had trail with a lot of actors hitting us from all directions and following us and really intense. And then you go through the house and it's like, oh, we're just going to tell you a story and you're just going to see some scenes with the actors. Very few really like get after you. And that was kind of my gripe with it this year. It felt a little bit muted compared to the rest of the attraction. To me, that house should be minimum what they had at Dead of Winter. That should be the minimum. Because, like, that set the new standard for what I expect for scares.
Dead of Winter was definitely intense in that house.
Yeah. Now, I don't expect every room to be two actors jumping on each other and beating the shit out of each other. But I would definitely say there was some lacking in that house. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, there's some typical scares that we see every year. And they were...
iconic.
They were iconic, and they were excellent. But we need to supplement that with some other really good unexpected scares. That being said, overall, I didn't hate the house. I also maintain, like I said in our preview video for the entire season, that the garden section needs a revamp. It does. It needs a revamp. Overall, at the end of the day, I still feel, after everything, I still feel this was one of Green Bay Fear's best performances. Mm-hmm. And I walked out of the total event going, damn.
I want to go again.
I want to go again. That was really excellent. The actors were spirited. The things looked so good, and I felt so engaged during the event. Also, Mr. Jingles gave you a balloon penis, but I think it's more of a snake.
That really
it's a
says...
cobra.
Oh, it's a cobra.
That really says something that every year I feel like we've gone to Green Bay Fair, we said, we want to go again. Yeah. We want to go a second time right after. We've done that so many times. I think there's only one year where we're like, let's go home.
Yeah. So, I don't know. When I walked through there on opening night, I don't know how there isn't 1,000 people there. Mm-hmm. Seriously. Mm-hmm. And that's not disrespect to Green Bay Fear. I don't know how 2 weeks ago I can go to a certain attraction and there's like 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000 people pulling through at 8:30, and I basically just walked right in at Green Bay Fair. I'm just like, that's the haunt people should be going to. Right. That had the most bang for your bucks for $20. Standard admission. Yeah. The bang for your buck is there.
How is it not the go-to haunt in Green Bay? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, the thing is, in Green Bay Fair is the go-to haunt. Like, that's the one people should be going to.
But people should be going to this. So
I feel like my ratings are just kind of like flat right now. Because it's like if I give 9, 5, 10, and I would say 7.5 or 8 on the house, my overall rating is like an 8.75 or a 9 for Green Bay Fear. And that's just on their first outing on their opening night. Very, very excellent. I was very impressed. I really enjoyed it. And honestly, I want to go back. I want to go again. Gage, your thoughts, Green Bay Fear?
I'm still trying to think about it, to be honest.
Jenna, your thoughts, Green Bay Fear?
Solid 9. 100% would go again.
You didn't give me a lot of time to think.
Damn, girl.
That was quick.
You want to go on a date like next Friday or something? Just leave Gage home, just you and me?
Let's
Yeah,
go.
sorry, bye.
Go ahead, go.
Yeah, sorry, bye. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
bye.
sorry. Sounds like a typical girl response.
God, that's how I talk to Lynn. Yeah, okay, sorry, bye.
All right, for Green Bay Fear, with everything up till the house, I'd have to give that like an 8. That's a good 8. Because it's just like, I would like to see a little bit more with the house, at least with the outside. As soon as you get outside, there should be a little bit more change to it, I think. Because after you get to that point, I'm thinking everything's going to be the same. I know what's going to happen from here on out. Getting up to the outside part of that house, great. But yeah.
Great storytelling, great actors, great aesthetic. I would say poor delivery.
I am waiting for you guys to replace that damn doll in that rat room. How many times have I gone through that year and I'm like, that better not come to life. That better not charge
I was
me.
waiting for that. Like, I was taking my time through that.
Why have you guys not done that yet?
It looks so real.
But yeah, solid 8.
Cool. Green Bay Fear, honestly, it's Green Bay's premier haunt destination. They're Green Bay's most must-see haunted house. You heard it right here on a non-biased haunt review channel. I don't get paid by Green Bay Fear. Did you get paid by Green Bay Fear?
Are we?
Did you cash your check from Green Bay Fear?
Only in scares.
Oh, yeah. That's really good. Wow.
That was a good one.
God, dude. I mean, she's on point today. Jesus. I'm glad
She
we
would
did
just
these-
take,
I'm glad-
my spot. I'll just leave the channel.
I'm glad
guys.
we did
my
this.
last video.
I'm
Goodbye.
glad we did these reviews tonight, or this morning. Wow, that was excellent. Green Bay Fear is Green Bay's premier haunted attraction. It is. They're getting better and better each year. More intense each year. And the actors that aren't in the house trying to scare you are entertaining.
MVP actors, by the way.
Oh, MVP actors. Jesus. Well, I would say skits, except he pulled a quarter out of his eye, and he did a little magic trick with his ring, which I thought was exceptional. However, for once I'm not saying skits. It's not that I don't love you.
We've said you so many times.
I say you so many times, it's like, I'm gonna be, oh, hello, I'm gonna be their star actor. No, you're not. You're fantastic, but not tonight.
You can already hear him saying that.
Yeah, I can literally hear him saying that. The star actor tonight was the Scarecrow on the trail, who I kept asking, are you a fucking mannequin or are you real?
Was that one person or 2 people?
I have no idea,
'Cause they did that
but
so
it was
well.
very exceptional. You know who you are. Fantastic job.
Jenna?
I'll say
Gage?
There's a reason why the Scarecrow was actually going to be mine. There's another one too I had in mind. I just got to remember it. Go ahead, Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna.
Mr. Jingles. Mr. Jingles gets. I think I said him last
Always
year
pick the
again, too.
iconic
Always
characters.
pick
Give the
some-
little people some light.
Always takes the easy way out. Whatever. Why do we even bring her on for these videos? No, Mr. Jingles is a superstar.
Yes.
He is. And, like, he comes right to you. He starts cracking jokes with you. He starts basically entertaining right away.
Sets the whole stage before you even go into the funhouse.
It was very well done. Very, very well
I mean,
done.
he has an actual stage.
Yeah. And then we get out of the funhouse, and he's right there, waiting to poke a balloon wiener
He's got
through a
it.
hole in the wall. So you guys didn't notice that like I did.
I did. I told him to put it back in there. All right. Mine.
They literally have a glory hole on the frickin' side wall after the funhouse. I don't care if it's offensive. I don't care. It's funny as hell to me.
My MVP actor will have to be the Scarecrow as well. They just did so well. They have to be mentioned twice.
Yeah, that was
I thought they were real. I thought they were fake. If it's either one person or 2 people, if that's one person, how the hell did you do that? I want to know, because like that's some teleportation stuff that I think could
like
really
every
be
time
invested.
we went
Magic.
around a
Magic.
corner, they probably hopped fences and went to the next position.
That
I mean, it was so impressive.
Scarecrow, 10 out of 10. He
Yeah.
was a life of that trail. I loved him.
Jenna, girl, anything else you'd like to say about Green Bay Fear?
Go, have fun.
It's $20.
Yeah, you get 3 different attractions. $20. You can't beat that.
Okay. Gage. But why people really come here for these reviews, most of them probably skip to the end.
Hey, description down below. Just check out the merch, check out the socials. But hey, I have one question to ask though. Is it scary, Wisconsin?
You guys tell us your thoughts in the comments below about Green Bay Fear in 2022, and we will see you right here next time.
Have a good day.